Hey world! This is the mini review for the book 17 by Rose Snow, which was the first book I read for the Winter Biennial Bibliothon. And this was for the challenge to read a book by an author that is new to me. Rose Snow is actually the pseudonym for two German authors, so this is a German book, and they write together under the name Rose Snow. And I've never read anything by them before, but I want to continue doing that now, because 17 is the first book in a series, and I really liked it. So obviously I want to continue the series. Basically this is a book about a girl called Jo who has quite a difficult life, let's put it like that. Basically her mother died when she was young, and ever since her father keeps moving with her. They move to a different place every few months and she always has to adjust and change her life and all of that stuff. And now they move to Hamburg and things change even more than they usually do. And one of the things that changes quite drastically is that she realizes that she has a certain gift, which is to go into the memories of other people. And that's really weird, and she has no idea how that comes about, and her father doesn't really want to talk to her about it, and actually doesn't want to talk to her about anything, also not about the death of her mother and how exactly that came to be. So it's all really mysterious, and I really liked this book. It is quite teenagey, like I'd say it's probably for the ages of, let's say, 13 to 18, not quite 21, but I really did enjoy it. There is the typical love triangle and it's quite cheesy at some parts, but you know, it's actually nice to read that every now and then. And yeah, the mystery element of it all was really intriguing, and also just the everyday life of the main character. This is one of the very few books where I actually liked our main character. It kind of felt like there were a lot of brand names or show names in there, which sometimes felt a bit weird. Like, it's really dated also through that. But I guess, like, yeah, it didn't really, like, change the plot or make it, like, make it a bad book or anything. It just felt weird to read all those titles and names and brands. It felt like the first part was mostly an introduction. Like, this was, I think, 280 pages. And like only the last chapter actually tells you what's happening, which again was great. The mystery, the intrigue, the build-up of it all, it felt good, it felt right, it was like a really interesting read. And I do want to know what happens next. It's just that we don't really have any information. Like, it's really just starting now, just the last chapter of this first book, which really gave you information, and everything else is gonna happen in the second book. So yeah, I really enjoyed this first read for the Biennial Bibliothon. I do want to read the second part, but I'm not gonna do this for the readathon. I'm gonna do this at some other point. Also, I picked up this book because the synopsis of it reminded me of another German trilogy, which is Silver by Cass and Gear, which I read when I was, I think, 19 and really enjoyed it. So it kind of reminded me of that, and it still does. I think the feeling of the writing style really reminds me of Cass and Gear's writing style, which is amazing. That's a great compliment from me to the authors. So again, I'm looking forward to reading the second part of this at some point. I hope you have a great time doing the readathon if you're participating. I hope you always have a reason to smile, and I shall see you soon. Bye!